If we get some sound here first, big dog. We always got to check that. So if you're getting in the building, let me know if you can hear me right now. We are live in the building. Let me know if you can hear us right now. We are live in the building.
I got a connection issue. You got
Yeah,
that error up there?
Yeah. And I'm going live on Facebook today as well. Me and my dog, Mike White Burgers and Blitzes. Can you hear me, Team Smooth TV? Let me know if you can hear me before I get to doing all this talking. Let me know if y'all can hear me before I get to doing all this talking. Can y'all hear me?
Everybody's saying shit, but no yes or no. All kinds
right,
of
everybody's talking. Tell me, can you hear me? Okay. Like, y'all say what's up? I want to hear what's up. Tell me, can you hear me? All right, now I feel better. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel better because in that Fred, I hate talking, Mike, and then we get to doing all the good talking, and next thing you know, they're like, we can't hear you. So how's everybody doing? Welcome everybody from Facebook, my Big Game James page. We're going to start going live on here on a regular basis, especially with my dog Mike White with Burgers and Blitzes. If you guys haven't seen it, I know I posted tons of times on my Facebook, but from my YouTube, but haven't just went live. So now we're going live. We're going to talk some football. How you doing, Mr. Mike?
Other than tired as hell, man. I'm all right. How about yourself, brother?
I mean, hey, I'm good. Just like I said, 10 days before camp. It's right around the corner. It's right here. It's finally official. It's here, Mike. We're ready to finally do this. It's time for the talking to cease. It's time to really put the actions in. It's time to put the defense in, the Dan Quinn in, the new rookies in, the Micah Parsons in, the full season of Randy Gregory in, all that in. You know what I mean? Before we hit this 10 days, and I'm going to ask you a few questions. What's one thing that you got that you're looking at right now, 10 days before camp?
Will Amari Cooper be ready to practice day one at camp?
Yeah, that's going to be do you think so?
No.
You don't think so? Now, do you think this is going to be a training camp where they're going to say, well, since it's camp, and you've been through this, you've been through the rigors of an NFL season, we're going to rest you as much as possible?
I think it's a little of both, and we won't know until we get to the season. And Amari's Amari, man. He's an enigma. It's always something. I mean, he's coming off his best year in the league, but
right.
It's always something. It's always something.
Yeah, it is always something with him. Let me give a few shout outs before we go any further. T Smooth TV, my dog KMT, T Mac, Isaac Hampton. I want to give you a shout out, dog. You've been killing it with them videos over there. I've been checking you out on YouTube, bro. You've been killing it with them videos. I like them Cowboys videos you got, so keep that going. Floyd Perrier, T Mac, everybody in the building, all my guys here on Facebook. Let me get some shout outs over there too, Mike. It's Delicious Etherly, Donald Perry, Chris Genter, John Bean. What's good? Keep on coming in and let's keep on joining in. And just like Mike said, that's a concern. But is it a big concern, Mike? Because guess what? Even though you got Amari Cooper, and I've been talking about this from here into the Himalayas, Mike, your game changer is CeeDee Lamb. So now, even though Amari Cooper is a dog, we don't take nothing away from Amari Cooper. Well, we don't do that, Mike. But you got CeeDee now. And that year two, he looking nice. I don't care about them workout videos. Them things is looking good. He looking bigger and stronger, and he ready, dog. Well, so when you got Amari Cooper sitting out, I don't feel as bad now.
I was going to start with the bad point, follow it up with the good point, which is that's exactly where I was going. That man's about to get force fed in camp.
Man, he about to go nutty, dog. He about to go nutty.
He's. It's really hard for me to temper my expectations. How hype,
we can't temper him, Mike. We can't temper him. It's too good. He's too good. He's gonna be it, Mike.
Yeah. Barring
a major injury.
Barring his leg falls off, he's going to the Hall of Fame. Like that's the caliber of player we're talking about here. And people are on some Jefferson tip. Like, no disrespect to Jefferson, but CeeDee Lamb
is just as good. if
CeeDee
not
Lamb did
better.
not have a bad year last year at all by any stretch of the imagination.
The only thing bad he had was his drops.
The drops, yeah. But he was
but
doing too much. You go look at those. Those are concentration drops. He didn't have that shit in college. He was turning up fields where he had the ball.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you right there about the drops because he wasn't dropping them in college. He wasn't doing that. It was more of a situation where he was trying to make a play. He was running before he was trying to, he was trying to make a play when he was going in the routes. And a couple times just a lapse of concentration because you know how it is, Mike. You're a rookie. You start losing games. You're not winning.
Bad team. He never lost.
You know what I'm saying? You get in a funk, and that's what happens. I guarantee you we won't see that year two. And just when we're talking about the expectations, man, I just feel like he's just going to go nutty this year. It just feels like he is about to take a gigantic leap. You know how we see the rookies take, usually year 3, you see that, dang, he nice. Or even a year 2, you start seeing that trajectory. But I feel like I don't think this is overhyping it. But, dog, he's just going to be a monster this year. We saw what he was doing before Dak. He was on a record pace with Dak before Dak got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like 30 catches.
He got a couple more sandwiches in his pocket this year, too.
Exactly. And we saw how much he played inside. He plays strictly in the slot. Now he's moving around. He was really much. He could do it all before, but now they really got him moving around. They really got him playing all 3 positions. I think he's just going to be really elite. And once again, it makes you feel better that if you got a Cooper hurt before, when Cooper was hurt, Mike, we were feeling like, damn, what the hell are we going to do? Is Gallup going to step up and take this leap? Or, we got Cedric Wilson. Now you got Amari Cooper hurt. You ain't tripping with Amari Cooper hurt now. You like, okay, get better. Sit down and get rest and get better because we got CeeDee Lamb.
Mm-hmm. Plus, you got a year 6 Dak. And, it's not like, the guy went and got Allen Hurns paid. He got Randall Cobb paid. He got Cole Beasley paid. You don't have Amari Cooper for a couple of games. It's no big deal. We'll be all right.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be all right with that. Does I know we heard about the Hard Knocks. It's back in the building after a while. Does that bother you? Do you think it's going to be a distraction?
I don't like Hard Knocks. I don't like anybody being on TV. People on TV ain't who they are. And, they say, it's not necessarily a distraction, but when this team hadn't done shit in 3 decades, you need just about every little moment of the day you can to possibly maybe have, maybe an advantage. I know that's, maybe being a little too hard ass about it, but the fact of the matter is they ain't did shit. So while we on Hard Knocks, they couldn't say no. It's not like they had a choice, but I don't like it. You lose me?
No, I got you.
Now I'm not going to camp. I got too much going on this year, trying to get the house built and the wedding, all that nonsense. So,
K, my dog KMT said Jalen Smith gonna love Hard Knocks.
Oh my God,
he gonna love it, dog. He gonna love it. But you know what? This is what I said about him, Mike.
DM9 jersey.
This is what I said about him, Mike. I get what people saying about the distraction. Dallas don't need it. But this is what I'm going to just say about it is Dallas already was a distraction. You know what I'm saying? Dallas was already going to be a distraction. There ain't nothing changing from that. It ain't going to be nothing different that it ain't been nothing before. Dallas always been a centerpiece. And yes, the thing I say, well, people are going to be acting fake because the cameras are out there, but maybe also it puts a little added pressure maybe on Mike McCarthy. But guess what? You need this pressure because you got to step up year 2, dog. It's not like the Cowboys won anything last year. This is a year 2. You got to step up, and camera's going to be on you anyway. The limelight's going to be in you anyway. When you signed that contract with the Dallas Cowboys, you knew it was going to be nothing but in your face camera. So I don't know why this is any different with Hard Knocks.
I tell you one thing. I ain't playing with Mike McCarthy. That dude, no leash.
No, he ain't got no leash.
We start out 1-4, and you on some bullshit where the games was on you. It wasn't a defense just getting a clap. You messed up a challenge, blew a timeout, something like that. You're gone, dude. Kellen's in there. You're gone. I got no tolerance. I didn't want the dude in the first place. I think it really got nothing against him. We definitely won games last year we wouldn't have won with Jason Garrett, but whatever that means. All I did is fuck up our draft stock. So you got that. I think he's underprepared. I think he lied on his interview. I think he's lackadaisical in his approach, and I think it's going to show this year.
Well, let's hope it doesn't show because that ain't going to be good for the Cowboys. I think this is a time that he definitely needs to step up his preparation. He said from year 1 to year 2 that it was better. He said they were better prepared as far as their virtual meetings. He said they were better prepared. They had almost a full attendance in OTAs. It looks like the Cowboys are buying into what the Dan Quinn thing is talking about. I mean, honestly, in my opinion,
I'm dead ass honest. The only reason this team held together in the offseason is because of Dak Prescott. It ain't had shit to do with McCarthy. They've been in his house since January.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because he can't have any contact with, like, you know, per the CBA and stuff. He really can't do anything. You know, and then so what? They showed up to OTAs. Well, hell, it's their roster bonus is tied to that. And if Dak's there, well, your ass best be there.
True story.
That's
what's
kind of the way I see it, Bubba.
What's a successful season to you with Mike McCarthy?
He's on that same tip we had Jason Garrett on in 2019. You better make the NFC Championship game.
The NFC Championship game year 2.
You better man, this defense, like, if the defense is top, just don't be garbage. Just be top 18, and we can make a damn run with the offense we got.
Right. I mean, here's my thing. You definitely got to make the playoffs. You definitely got to win your division. You definitely got to make these playoffs. And, I mean, you definitely have to make a run because you have the team to make a run. We can sit there and say, what, because this is Kellen Moore year 3. We saw what the offense has done in these 3 years. It hasn't been a slouch. It's been record-setting, was record pace last year. Dak is back in the fold. It looks like he's fully healthy. You have pretty much all your horses back on the offensive line. You got added pieces there. You got a veteran now. It's all these guys, Gallup, Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, these guys have been with each other at least a couple of years now, so this is familiarity. So it shouldn't be no bumps in the road with the offense. And as you said, with the defense, if it can just be decent and you have a little bit of talent there, there's no reason why you can't make a run.
Just be opportunistic. Your overall numbers don't have to be that great. Just be opportunistic, and you could hold it together with that. And, you know, look what we got in the NFC East. Daniel Jones, Jalen Hurts, and freaking Fitzpatrick. Are you kidding me?
There's no reason why we shouldn't. There's no reason.
Come on now. Like,
yeah, there's absolutely no reason why the Cowboys shouldn't win the division. Absolutely no reason. And it's not like the schedule is crazy. No. There's definitely a winnable schedule as well. So there's really no excuses for Mike McCarthy this year. He got the COVID pass last year. Okay. They'll give him that. I'm not giving him the COVID pass because there was a lot of other teams that had COVID as well, and rookie coaches had better records than Mike McCarthy, and rookie coaches make the playoffs in Cleveland Browns, and they did COVID as well with a whole new turnover.
COVID gave him a pass because I think had COVID not happened, he would have got exposed.
Yes, he definitely would have got exposed, especially with the unpreparation. But you know what, Mike?
The injuries and stuff, you know, keep everything else the same. Just throw COVID out the window. Mike McCarthy gets caught with his pants on the ground last year.
Well, you know what? They were saying that in Green Bay too, Mike. And I'm not turning on McCarthy because I wanted McCarthy here, so I'm not turning on him. I'm just talking the facts. They were saying that, and those were the whispers in Green Bay that he was unprepared. And
he said it himself by his own admission. He said that what did he say? I got not lackadaisical in my approach. Got comfortable, that type of deal. The dude was getting massages during team meetings. Like, come on now. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I mean, yeah. Well, like I said, do you think the lease will be short with the Joneses though?
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. Jerry didn't want to fire Jason. That's why he didn't fire him. He just let his contract run out.
Right.
He didn't want to fire him. Neither did Steven. They want that dude's family. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if he ain't been in there this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think if they waited this long for Jason and their little project didn't work, they are going to find a coach that makes it work. And Jerry ain't got that other 15. He ain't got another 15 years to wait on somebody.
I know.
He ain't got it.
But that's why he went with McCarthy. Is that correct?
Exactly. Find another one. If McCarthy wouldn't work, we'll find another one.
You don't think he's going to okay, so do you don't think he would go with Kellen?
Oh, they absolutely will. That's why Kellen has that Jason Garrett contract right now.
Right, exactly, because
he's making head coach money.
Exactly. But now let me ask you this, Mike. We saw how it happened with Phillips and Garrett. Is this going to be a situation where this is undermining? Because we saw how it was happening with Garrett and Phillips, how Garrett got the head coach money, and Garrett was the boy wonder. Is this going to be an undermining thing, or what?
Well, Kellen Moore isn't a little weasel, and he's actually good at this job, so it's a completely different scenario. And if Kellen's offense is clicking, it makes Mike McCarthy look good. Then you got to worry about what happens in January. You know, say you know, when people come calling, because they're going to come calling.
They're going to come calling.
They're going to come calling. Just the way it's going to be. And it's going to be, people are going to be trying to hire, that guy cut Kellen Moore's yard one time, like they were doing Sean McVay. That's just the way I see it. And
do you think do you think Kellen Moore would leave, or do you think the Cowboys would do that block thing that they love, the blocker? Do you actually think Kellen Moore would leave? If some teams were calling for a head coach job,
for NFL head coach job? Yeah, it'd be stupid not to.
Okay, so here's a scenario. Cowboys end up, let's say Dallas ends up 11-5, okay? Wins the division, wins a playoff game, gets to a championship. No, they don't get to a champ. They win the division. So what? If they win the division, they're gonna have a bye, right? So let's say they win the first game. Would they be in the championship game the next round?
Yeah.
Okay.
How the playoffs work with the 18 game? Don't catch me out here lying.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to get caught lying. Well, let's say they get to a divisional playoffs. They don't get to the NFC Championship. They get to the division. They lose. The offense has been great. Dak went crazy this year. Teams are coming out after Kellen Moore.
He'll be in Arizona. He'll be in Arizona by February.
So you don't think that the Joneses will be like, hey, we're just gonna say bump McCarthy and go after and move Kellen Moore?
I would think so. I mean, why wouldn't you? If you got a coach, are they calling? Or hey, is the league calling about Mike McCarthy, or who are they calling about? They calling about Kellen Moore? Did they say anything about old cheeseburger walrus over there? They didn't say anything about him at all. They asked about Kellen Moore. There's a reason for that. If 10 teams call you about Kellen Moore, maybe you ought to realize what the hell's going on in your front office right now, and realize maybe you might need to keep that dude.
I told y'all. I mean, I said it from A1 day one. As soon as they brought him on the staff and made him like a coordinator, any kind of anything, I knew he was going to be the head coach because I saw how they were setting it up, just like Jason Garrett. Me and you have been talking about this from day one.
Dak loves him. Absolutely loves him.
You said the team loves him. You mean you got that little inside birdie? You said the whole team loves him. And he's a likable guy.
Yeah, and I mean, for anybody that doesn't know this, I mean, when they have some people that weren't around or too old or too young for the Gruden QB camp, you can go back to the Gruden QB camp when Kellen Moore was coming out of Boise State. He sits down on that whiteboard and describes to a T the Rams offense that everybody was so hot under the collar about. To the letter. The sweep motion, the outside run, zone scheme, all that, all pre-snap motion, all of it. It's all right there.
And we saw when he had the Gruden. I mean, people, and I know some people have been going like, oh, dog, you just on Kellen Moore, but I just feel like he's a good mind, and he's getting better each year. You see it. The only thing you can talk about is red zone offense, but the
plays worked. I can go show it up. The plays worked. I mean, I can't help it that Andy Dalton skipped it into the rafters, or Danucci threw it at the damn pylon. And right. as far as the passing attempts with this team, Dak Prescott's been like 21st, 24th, like 27th. Like I think his highest number of attempts in the red zone one year was like 14th. They just don't throw it down there because they have Zeke, where you should be running the ball. But when you got Jason Garrett over at winning power scheme versus running smart, that's when you stall out in the red zone. 3 halfback dives and a kick. 3 points, baby. That's a win, right?
Right. It's definitely a win. So let me ask you something. I got a few things that I wanted to ask you about. I seen this report, and it ain't a report. It's just some writing in Cincinnati because I'm out here in Ohio. Bengals, they write an article about the Bengals. Leighton LVE could benefit from being a fresh start from hitting the Cincinnati Bengals. Would you be intrigued with that?
I'd be intrigued with any one of those linebackers going away as soon as possible.
What would you do? What would you do with that?
What would
Would
I
you
do with that?
no, I'm saying if the Cincinnati Bengals came calling to the Dallas Cowboys, what would Mike do? What would Mike want from the Cincinnati Bengals?
I send LVE in a second for Jesse Bates and wouldn't even think twice about it.
You know they ain't gonna give up Jesse Bates.
Hey, you asked. You asked.
What about Von Bell? No,
I mean, better than what we got.
right? A second in Von Bell, that wouldn't be wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, we want some regular over here, boy.
Yeah, they definitely ain't giving up Bates. You know they. I know. I was like, you said Bates. I said, hell no. You know they ain't doing that. He said, well, you asked, didn't you? Yeah. So, do you think the Cowboys would even consider it if the Bengals did call?
I don't think they're going to cut bait on either one of those guys until they get into the season, see what's going on. You're done. I said it back in March. You're done with roster acquisitions this summer until they get in camp, get stuff figured out. There's not going to be any releases or acquisitions until roster cut down, start rolling through.
Do you think the Cowboys will pick anybody up off these waiver wires, or they'll just kind of feel like they're good if they don't have any kind of major injuries in camp? Do you think the Cowboys would just be like, yeah, we're good, we're not going to try to hit the waiver wire and prove anything? You think they'll go what they have?
I mean, it's kind of how they've always been. Prove me wrong,
Yeah, so I'm saying prove me wrong, show me different once again. But let me see. I want to ask you a couple things. I made this little outlook, my Cowboys outlook, and I want you to give me your guys, okay? This is my Cowboys outlook for 2021. The offensive MVP, I'm going to give you all my guys, and then I'm going to run through the list, and I want you to give me your guys off the top of your head, okay? All right, so the Dallas Cowboys MVP for my offensive MVP was Dak Prescott. My defensive MVP, I know it might be crazy. I said Micah Parsons. I'm going out a limb on that, but I just have a feeling about it, and I'm just going to stay with that. Most improved was going to be Neville Gallimore for me. Under the radar this year was Jordan Lewis. Needs a new home, Anthony Brown. Watch out for CeeDee Lamb year 2. And my surprise player was Terrell Basham, coming off the edge in that Leo position. So I'm going to go back through the list, and you give me your people, Mike, that would you throw on here. First, who would be your offensive MVP?
Dak. Defense. Probably I tend to agree with you with Parsons. He's gonna get a lot of snaps and rack up a lot of freaking numbers, man. That's just because the downhill player he is. He's going to be around the play a lot, and I think the numbers will be there. I'd say Diggs if we had a damn safety, but we don't have a safety, so what's the point there? So
Diggs. I was looking at some tape today. I'm gonna drop a tape for him tomorrow. Diggs, man, he ain't nobody. He's quiet. He's being quiet, but you just watch him. He just needs to refine some things because you could see it last year. He needs to refine some things, but man, he's good.
Gregory, I thought about Gregory. I just
for
don't
defensive
know.
MVP.
Yeah, I just don't know I don't know what they're gonna run. I don't know because they're talking about running part. I don't know if they're going to run Gregory. I don't know what the snaps he's going to get. Are they going to 3 down him? Or are they going to pass rush him? He needs to be on there for 60-70% of the snaps. I want to see what they're going to do there. I can't say that in confidence. I don't know what the hell they're going to do.
See, do you think he gets 10 sacks this year?
If he plays 70% of the snaps, he'll get 10 sacks.
Definitely. And I think he is because you remember what he said last year. He said, I was in that office pissed off saying, why ain't I getting some playing time? And I think they learned that lesson, especially when Dan Quinn's talking about, I've been watching him since Nebraska. You better play him if you're saying all that kind of stuff. You feel me?
Hey, Harold, we said Parsons because why'd you pick an off-the-ball linebacker at 12 if he's not going to push your defensive MVP off the bat, period? If you put that investment in that player, he needs to show up day one and play like a fucking Hall of Famer. That position, period. That's just and if he doesn't, then what the hell are we doing here?
Right. I totally agree, but I think they're gonna let him. I think they're gonna turn him loose, and I think his skill set is gonna shine through naturally. And then they're just gonna say, "Hey, okay, let's just really just develop this defense around him." I think that's what's gonna happen, in my opinion, Mike. I think his natural ability is gonna show up. His personality is gonna mesh with that team.
Yep.
They're gonna follow him, and I feel like they really gonna just open up this defense and let him take control of it. Just my opinion. All right, most improved.
Run it back, Turbo. There we go.
Oh, there you go. So, who's your most improved?
Gallimore. I would assume because he's going to get a year up under his belt. Speaking of DTs, I think when Mr. Tristan Hill, I don't know what to do there, but he don't have a sponsor in the building.
He don't have one sponsor, but I heard he's working hard. He has talent though, Mike.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything about it. I'm just saying,
for sure,
keep an eye on that. The man doesn't have a sponsor in the building, and the man that drafted him quit on him.
Right.
So I don't know. We need him. It's not like I want him to be. I want him to like. I don't see.
But he wasn't playing bad. Like I did a tape on him. He was not playing bad. He was coming off that line. He was making plays in that as far as in the run game. He had about 3 would-be sacks, and dude just barely got the ball away. So he was showing. I know he wasn't doing great, but you could see. I don't want to cut him. I want him to be good on this team because I feel like he could be a good asset.
I don't want to cut him for the pure simple fact that if we cut him, for one, I'm going to think about those safeties we could have picked.
Yeah.
And for 2, it's just going to be yet another guy they swung and missed on defense because, like we've talked about for years now, this team cannot scout defensive players until proven otherwise. They have an issue. They miss. They miss. They have like.
Well, last year wasn't bad.
Dix fell in their damn lap. They were going to pick him at 17.
I feel you though, but it's still the point though, Mike.
I understand that, but that's like you come home and there's a free pizza on your patio.
No, because I'm saying Gallimore, these guys still couldn't have, it doesn't matter. They still wouldn't have been, doesn't matter. Now, here's the thing. The problem where they messed up was you had Gallimore and Diggs who played good. You should have played Robinson and Anai, and I think that's what have really pushed up that draft a little bit because you was already in a loss as far as the season anyway. What the hell more did you have to lose? You wasn't saving that job.
That goes back to them not understanding what they're doing on defense. They don't know players. They traded, that damn I know the corner we sent to Kansas City for the
Travis Ward. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. I mean, I would love to say that they did.
I've been agreeing with you, but hopefully there's a trend that maybe started a little bit with Diggs and Gallimore, and hopefully with this class right here, since this is going to be the class right here, Mike, because we've been talking about it, right?
We felt like they had a good draft, but everything just with everything that happened last year. I mean, you can't really even outside of Diggs, you can't even really know what the hell you got there.
Right. It's all a guess. We're just guessing, right? We're just taking a trajectory.
Yeah.
You feel me? We're just hoping, right? But the talent is there. But this is, to me, Mike, when we're talking about they've been missed on defensive. They missed on defensive drafts. This is a draft that's going to be telling. I know it's going to take a 2 or 3 years. Probably that's how the drafts start panning out. But if you had a heavy defensive draft right here, all eyes is on this draft. If you say, well, they ain't been drafting good defensively, and then they go hard on this one, this is going to be a true one because there's a lot of hope in this draft because of the players they picked in the positions that they picked them at. So this is going to be a really important one. So we'll see with that. But Mike is already filling me with the 3 for 3 with those players. So now I'm going to go ahead and come with the next one. My under the radar was Jordan Lewis. You might as well agree with me on that one too. Go ahead, give me some. I knew he was because you know how much you love him at free safety.
He's gonna get free safety burn in camp.
Yeah, he is. I was watching it again, Mike. You put it all in my head. I was watching it again. He played against Philly with it. He did it in the Giants. He was playing some free safety, and I am not opposed to it. I mean, we look at DeMonte Casey. They about the same size, ain't they?
For those unaware, I'm not trying to make it sound like the dude's gonna go to the All Pro as a damn free safety,
right?
But it's the best option you got on the team right now.
And you're keeping, and if we're talking about putting the best players on the field, right? Instead of morphing him in that daggone slot because he's not a slot corner. I don't care. He might play okay. He's not a slot. He's an outside corner, and maybe you can play him at free safety because if you keep things in front of him, he's going to be really good because he's opportunistic.
They jerked him around too much at the start of his career, and he's just behind the 8-ball. He's never going to be able to cover NFL receivers down the field. It's just not. It's just not the guys that you need to be covering. You know, he can covered, maybe Andy Isabella or something like that, but not, you don't want Nuke on him. That's
why? That's funny. That was the name first thing name I came in my damn head that Jordan was
because he runs out of the slot and you don't want CeeDee Lamb on him. Yeah,
because he's gonna have a trouble with the quickness and the speed.
And he can't play. He can't get above the rim. I mean, I know he had that one pick in Michigan where blah 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 blah, the Odell Beckham thing, but he ain't done it in the pros. So
right. Well, like you said, he is opportunistic. Especially if things in front of him, he knows how to track that ball, and he's a damn good tackler. My guy in here said it as well. I think it was, what's up, Joseph? My guy, the Reaper, says he tackles like a boss. He's a great tackler. I dropped that.
I've been talking about him he's been the most physical player in your secondary since he was drafted. Period.
Exactly. And the attitude, that's why I feel like you got to have him on the field. You can't have him on the field, in my opinion, just part-time. If you're going to play him in that tick, give him some ticket-free safety. Let him get on the field, because I feel like that attitude is going to permeate through the other guys. That's why I want him to play.
I mean, when you get yanked off the field every 7 plays, it's like, well, hell, did I do something wrong? Oh, we're just switching you out. It's like, you
can't really get in a groove.
No, you ain't out there playing free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
literally.
That's yeah, for real. So Mike is feeling me, dog. I knew when I made this outlook, people was gonna feel it, Mike. I thought I was gonna feel it. And now Mike already agreed with me with Dak. He's feeling me on with Micah Parsons. He's like, damn, Jay, yep, you Gallimore too, under the radar. I'm feeling you, and I know he gonna. Or I don't know. I'm gonna see what he says right here. I don't think he gonna agree with me on this one, because I know this player needs a new home. I said Anthony Get Down Brown, like my dog Law Nation says. Who would you want to say get a new home?
What are we going to do about slot corner?
I don't care. You put, if they've been putting Jordan in the slot, put him in the slot, and you still got some other guys out there. You still got Boss Man Fat. You still got Wright. You just drafted. Why'd you draft him?
I'm not trying to run anybody out of this secondary besides Thompson. We got, and it's ironic I say that, because safety is our weakest position, but that dude's garbage. So
I don't care. I'm running Anthony Brown out, and I'm damn sure we ain't gonna crumble because Anthony Brown ain't there.
No, but I think.
But who would your guy? Who would be your guy? Who would be your needs a new home?
Pick one of them damn linebackers, dude. You know what? Pick both of them. We're gonna take.
No, you taking one. You take them. You only taking one.
Okay, well then I'm sending the one that can't stay healthy.
Ooh, what?
At least the other one can stay on the damn field. He might be garbage, but at least he's on the field.
Yeah, that's true. What's up, my dog? The ninja
thing, but
so okay, Mike. I know you've been killing Jalen, bro. You don't think he's going to have a decent year this year?
No, he's got a disability.
Oh my!
And he refuses to admit it. His mindset.
He's not going to admit it. He's not going to say it. You
just watch it. You watch the film.
I know that.
His fucking foot doesn't work. It doesn't work. I've been
saying that, Mike. But what I'm saying is, I just don't think he's going to have a trash year. Especially, I think playing along Micah Parsons is going to help him.
He'll have another Zeke year where he gets people to look at the volume stats and say, well, "Why are you mad at Jalen? He had 115 tackles." Well,
but it's going to be different.
Nor the fact he had maybe one tackle for loss and one forced fumble.
Totally agree with you, but I feel like it's going to be different this time. Not that he's going to make game-changing plays, but I feel like if he's playing with a lot of tick with Micah Parsons is going to make him play better. Just me. I just feel it.
Where he been training at?
Who? Jalen?
Yeah.
Has he been training with? I don't know. You tell me. I know he out there training. I ain't been paying attention.
Have you heard? Because I can't find him.
I seen my dog Law he looked ripped. He looked like he been out there. I seen a couple videos.
He's always looked like a superhero. The problem is that foot looks like this.
Okay about the damn foot.
Look like a hermit crab.
Yeah, anyway, I knew you was gonna say Jalen Smith, man.
No, I told you I'm shipping LVE. At least Jalen can stay on the field.
Okay, we shipping Jalen. We shipping LVE. Okay,
yes, we are. Yes, we are shipping.
Okay, so I watch out for. Who would be your watch out for?
Randy.
Randy Gregory. Ooh, I like that one.
Randy,
Tell me why.
get them snap counts. Let me see. Let's get that 60-70% snap count.
Let's say he gets a 75% snap count. Give me his stats for the year for a 75-80% snap count for Randy Gregory. Mike.
5 forced fumbles and 10 sacks.
Give me some tackles.
I don't care about tackles.
I do. I care about tackles from my defensive end. I do.
I mean, tackle for loss. I care about tackle for loss. I'm talking.
You still got to set that edge a little bit, dog.
Yeah,
you got to make tackles.
For sure. But I've never worried. I don't even know what the number would be for that snap count at defensive end. I've always just look at tackle for loss. I look at pressures, pressures. That type deal. Total tackles, man. And it doesn't tell me if that tackle's 4 yards downfield or 4 yards upfield. That's
So do you think? Give me amount of pressures like for a whole year. What kind of pressures you think would be a Randy Gregory crazy year?
Low 20s.
Pressures?
Yeah.
For the year?
Hmm?
You got more pressure.
You're almost sacks because you're looking 10 sacks.
Pressure's got to be higher. He got to have higher pressures than that.
Hmm?
Yeah, you got to have higher pressures than that.
I want to see them. I want to see the 10. I want to see 10 sacks. I want to see 8-10 tackles for loss. Get a couple 4 or 5 forced fumbles. Be in that backfield causing hell.
Yeah, and that's where them pressures come because he's definitely got to do that and here's the thing.
Everybody counts them different, man. And then, you hear about pass rush, run rate, yada, yada, yada. How can you say that? They show these numbers and you watch the play and I'm like, man, the dude got his ass whipped all game. Where y'all seeing this win rate at? Who won? Who won today? Right. It looked like the left tackle won.
That's what's so funny when they do these ratings and you watch the game. You're like, where did he rate this game? And he got killed.
He spent the third quarter on his back. Who won today? So
exactly.
That kind of stuff is silly. I guess
that's for people bored and they want to make up stats, and that's just what happens. That's what they do.
You can go pressure time, you can go sack time, that type tangible stuff. But that pass rush win rate, that people try to hang that, that I'm not going to take a shot at Lawrence here, but there was a lot of people dragging that number out, and I'm just watching this dude have a bunch of almost plays, and I know it's win rate. That's great. Sacks aren't everything, but when you're clearing a check like that, and
sacks are everything when you're clearing a check like that.
They put him in this group, and it says. Past win rate, top 5. Oh, look at you. People tell me he sucks. Well, the dudes that are beside him have 4 and 5 more sacks than you do right now, homie. So they're doing something with their win rate. What are you doing with it?
All I said is this, and I had somebody go against me because they asked me who would I take, and I'm not hating on my dog because he plays for the Cowboys, but we was talking and I said, Joey, he's like, who would you take, Joey Bosa or DeMarcus Lawrence? I said, bro, I ain't even no question I'm taking Joey Bosa because he wins in that run game too.
The 6 games a year he gives you going to be awesome.
But I'm saying he wins in that. Okay, but you know what? I'm still taking that. It ain't like DeMarcus Lawrence being healthy.
No. That's DeMarcus Lawrence's first quote unquote healthy year was his contract year where he played through a hurt shoulder, then held out on the surgery, and it cost him the next season.
Yeah, well, like I said,
people forget to.
If you're getting paid, this is what I say about D-Law. I know everybody says sack ain't everything, just like me and you talk, but just like you said, when you get a certain number now, when you're getting paid a certain number, sacks are everything because you're getting paid this certain number to get sacks. You didn't get paid $18, $19 million a year because you got 50 tackles a year. You know what I'm saying? You got paid that money because you got 14 and a half sacks one year and you got 10 and a half sacks the next year. That's why you got that money. So now all of a sudden, because he's not getting it, now we're supposed to say, oh, well, he's helping everybody win and oh, he's making everybody else better and this and that. But they weren't saying that when he was in them sacks.
My issue is people say, well, and there is something to that. We lost Crawford and that's what and people don't realize. All of Lawrence's, not all of, but
David Irvin too.
The vast majority of his sacks came off of twists and stunts.
Yep.
It's not him just winning on the outside. It's not, it's not Khalil Mack just bulldozing through somebody. It's not Joey Bosa flipping your left tackle into the 6th row. It's not what that is.
Do you think Do you think
You
a
know, he
Brent
didn't have a
Urban will help?
DT. Well, I didn't know that those other dudes needed the DT, and they got $110 million, and they're kind of playing good football. So I don't know. You want to be in that category, then this is the criticism that comes with it.
That's the point
hey,
right there.
If that goes out there this year and throws 30 interceptions, I'm going to light his ass up.
Right. Because you got the contract, right? Now you got to live up to it.
I don't care if you're playing for $200. You go throw 30 interceptions. I'm gonna light your ass up.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just seems like it's a double standard with him. It's like first you got the money, and that's what you got it off of for stacks. But now all of a sudden you're not getting the sacks, and now we want to make excuses for him. But that's how you got paid. That's all I'm saying.
He's protected because if you cut him, who the hell else do we got on defense before
nobody
showed up?
Nobody. So, and like I said, this is no diss on D Law. I said DeMarcus Lawrence is very good, but he's not great in my opinion. I'm going to go to the grave with that.
No, like Derek Carr is not an elite quarterback. He's a good quarterback, and that's kind of where I think D Law is in the tier of pass rushers. So that same third, fourth tier. So between the injuries and the suspensions, people forget that he was a Blue Star special, and dude got a couple suspensions from being a hothead and little drug use. So
let's end it with this. Who's your surprise player?
Brent Urban.
I knew you was going to say that, dog. Like I mentioned him right before when you were talking, but yes. And tell me why do you like Brent Urban?
He does the dirty work. He's long. He's got power in his arms. He's not going to be Don Terry Poe getting blown 6 foot off the ball every snap. You may get some semblance. I'm going to laugh as I say this next. If LVE can stay healthy, you could have some kind of a semblance to the 2018 linebackers that you had with some confident DT play. That's just. I mean, if you want to salvage that contract, if you want to make the, because it's not like I want Jalen Smith and Velvet E to suck. They just do. So if they could not suck, I would prefer that because they play for the team I root for. So if we can get some good play out of Urban, he can keep them guys clean, and your defensive edges your DEs are going to be able to work too, since they're not going to have to be taking on a damn tackle and a guard and a tight end and the water boy and the freaking strength and conditioning coach just to try to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, well,
and he's your only DT, so.
Well, I mean, he's going to be very important because I remember, like I said, I'm going to give when D-Law played pretty good, David Irvin was there, and I know David Irvin made a big difference for D-Law because he's never really had that defensive tackle in the middle that could really push that pocket and give him a lot of those one-on-one matchups. So that's what I want to see. Hopefully Brent Urban can command those double teams that he was showing, and he gets a high amount of pressures. I think he had like 20-something pressures when he was at Baltimore, when he got a high amount of tick, and even when Chicago, when he got a high amount of plays. But here's the thing. You don't want to probably play him a lot. You want to have a good rotation because you got enough guys that you can rotate, keep these guys fresh. I think that's the thing. You got a lot of guys that are not dominant, but you have guys that you can rotate. Go ahead.
He's played a high before he got hurt last year. I think don't quote me on this, but I'm like 80% sure he's been over 65% snap count for his career until he got hurt. So that's good. That's a damn good number. Just a healthy, solid rotational player in there. I believe it's right around the 60s.
There it is. Well, I mean, it's about to begin. Like I said, we got 10 days until training camp starts. 9 days. Yep. 9 days until training camp start. I'll be down there. I'll talk a little bit more about it here in a minute, but I appreciate you jumping back on me with me, big dog. Burgers and Blitzes once again. We usually do it on a Sunday, but me and Mike, man, we just do it however we do it. If it's not on the day, we just hit each other up during the week like, hey, what's up? You want to do a show today? Yeah. All right, let's go. That's how we do it. So
we don't want our LBs to suck. They just do. Sorry.
We just go. Hey, what's up? You doing a show? Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's make it happen.
No. Hey, you got drunk? I got drunk. All right.
You know how we do it, man. So, hey, let them know about your Twitter handle.
So
Let them know, because a few people asked about a YouTube channel. Let them know if you're starting anything out
I'm
besides
trying, man.
this.
I'm trying to. I've got so many freaking irons in the fire. Like I said, trying to get my house built, trying to get my wedding planned. So I'm basically just doing the Twitter thing right now. So I got me down there at the bottom at night to Beach Right. That's pretty much where you can find me. YouTube thing should get off the ground probably this winter. I just don't have the time to do it properly right now and to get it the way I want it. So
hey,
there we are.
Ain't no need to rush. Take your time. You feel me? You got to make things great. You just don't want to, half-ass stuff, especially when you're doing creating your own thing. So I feel you, big dog. Well, you just keep on jumping on here with me, and we'll just keep Micah in the loop right here. One of the ways we're going to keep Micah in the loop is with me here with Big Game James and Burgers and Blitzes. So I appreciate you once again, big dog. We'll be talking to you right before I head to camp, get some more final outlooks before I head out to California, and I'll be talking to you, my brother, and you have a great night, and be safe, and tell the lady
Cool.
I'll say hi.
See if I can have you hook up with my birdie when you're out there. Maybe you'll get a new DM tip. So
for sure. All right, dog. Appreciate you. All right, man. That's my guy Mike White, Burgers and Blitzes. I'm gonna head off here in a minute, but just gonna give a quick lowdown of what's going on out here in these streets with Big Game James. Once again, I'll be down at training camp. We'll be down there. We're leaving Saturday. Me and my boo thing will be down there Saturday. We'll get there Sunday, and we'll be there from Sunday to Sunday. Now, one thing I did find out, I don't know how true this is, but I was looking at the how they're doing camp. And obviously with the COVID going on, it's not going to be the normal camp like it usually is. Usually when they have the camp, it's, you got the field access. Obviously you got the area where you can get autographs with the players. You can get really close, all that good stuff. Well, I checked a few things, and I don't know how true it is, but they said there's going to be no field access, and there's not going to be no autographs. They're going to keep all that away from the players this year due to COVID and the CDC guidelines or whatever. So I'm trying to figure out how that's going to really look as far as being able to get close, as far as tape, things of that nature. We'll see. Because I feel like that's going to change some things, especially with the field access, because when you get the field access, I mean, you can really get the in-depth stuff, really get the closeness with the players. And I think because the COVID's going on, I think you won't see that happening. So we'll kind of see how camp goes down. How it all kind of folds out. I think it's just going to be different this year. It's just going to probably be weird how they're going to do it because of the COVID still lingering. So we'll just see how that happens. Like I said, we'll be down there the whole week. I'll give you my thoughts. A lot of other YouTubers will be down there. The Cowboys community will be down there. I talked to Dave Hellman. Hopefully we can link up. We talked about a few things. So, it should be some good shows going down and some things popping off. So I'll be excited about that. Then the next week when the Cowboys headed to Ohio for the Hall of Fame game with Canton, against the Pittsburgh Steelers, we'll also be there as well. Me and my boo thing will be there as well. We'll be at the Hall of Fame game, and then the next day they have a fish fry, and then they have an all-white party. So the whole weekend we'll be doing Cowboys things. So make sure you just check it out. Make sure you link in, log in, all that good stuff. Got a Trevin Diggs tape. Actually, once I get off of here, I'm gonna probably finish it. Probably try to drop it tonight. I think you'll like that because I'm really excited. But I got some good things on some Trevin Diggs. That'll be good. My members, I've told y'all about, and just in general, I got an interview coming up with Solomon Page, former offensive lineman from the Dallas Cowboys. In the 2000s, play with my guys I've interviewed before: Anthony Wright, Quincy Carter, Mario Edwards. A lot of those guys I've already brought on. He just actually sent some pictures out because he said he was going to Peru. He hit me back, said he was going to Peru and chill with a lot of the people back there, the elders, and learn some things. So he sent some pictures yesterday, and I'm really excited. He said he'll be back here on the 12th. Once he gets here, he said we'll knock out that interview. We had a real good talk via text back and forth, so I'm really excited to be able to talk to him about that trip to Peru and what he saw and what he got to see, and his playing days and just the offensive lineman position as a whole, because he was a high draft pick and he played at a high level when he was here at Dallas. So I'm definitely excited about that interview. I know I've been talking to my members. I can't make no excuses. I've just been working my ass off for real. But I do got a members meeting this week. Just trying to figure out what day I exactly want to do, but we're gonna have a Cowboys trivia. I was gonna do the spin the wheel thing, but I don't want to do that. I want to do trivia, and I'm putting down the rules how we're gonna do it. So make sure all my members will do the members meeting. I'll send the text via the YouTube page when the meeting is going to be this week and the time, and I'll give you a day notice. We'll be in there, and just be ready for Cowboys trivia. It'll be a jersey giveaway of the person's choice. So whoever wins the trivia, it'll be your. I'm not gonna say, hey, for you get a Trevin Diggs jersey or you get a Michael Parsons jersey. It's gonna be the jersey you want. So I got the hook on the jerseys. So whoever wins that trivia is going to win the jersey of their choice, and then we're gonna do the hat giveaway as well. I might combine it how they're gonna do it, but just make sure you be studying your Cowboys trivia because it ain't gonna be easy. It ain't gonna be these 90s and these 2000s. It's gonna be some tricky. I got some good tricky, and I know we got that internet popping, and I know y'all can cheat. And I know y'all, since I can't see y'all, I do this trivia. Y'all can go right to your Google and all that. But guess what? You only going to have a certain amount of seconds to answer that question. So you ain't going to be able to Google that fast. So you better know your Cowboy stuff because I'm going deep in the archives with this. So members, get ready. We're going to have a great time. Jersey giveaway of your choice. Hat giveaway of your choice for the Cowboys trivia this week. Once again, you'll get the text the day before on the YouTube page, and then the next day we'll go hard and get that popping and get that knocked out, and we're gonna have a good time with that. I'm a like that because I feel like it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun. So I think you're definitely gonna like that. So my people, get ready for that. Yeah, I heard something about that. The vaccinated people, I don't know, but I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but they were saying it's across the board that they don't want to have anybody around, but we'll see. But I ain't going to be able to be vaccinated that quick. And so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do the best I can as far as get the closest coverage I can. And we'll just kind of go from there. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you're not getting that, you're going to get the coverage. But at the end of the day, you're getting the eyes. And the eyes are going to tell you what we're seeing every day. And we're going to be going live, me, Law. I know J Tuck going to be out there. Sky going to be out there. Going to be some people out there. So we'll be going live, just having a good time, talking Cowboys football, what we see. Just like with Hellman and those guys that we've been talking about. So just get ready for that. Get ready for our members. I'm excited about the giveaway. And get ready for the Trevin Diggs tape. I think I'm going to, like I said, once I get off here, I've already been starting it out. But I'm going to go ahead and probably try to finish it tonight. I feel you, Cam T. And ask Cam T if them jerseys is official. Ask Cam T if this jersey is going to be official that you're going to get from me. So it ain't going to be no hand-me-down $5.99 jersey, the dollar special at Kmart. It ain't going to be that. It's going to be stitched. It's going to be official, and it's going to be a real jersey. We don't do no fakes over here. And the hat going to be official, too. So we're going to get all that popping. So just make sure you're ready for that. And like I said, we're getting ready for camp. 9 days. We leave for Cali Saturday. Next Saturday, not this Saturday, we'll be in Cali. Next Saturday, we'll be in LA. We'll be in San Diego. We'll be in Oxnard. We're going everywhere, and we're going to kick it. So just make sure you're there, having a good time with us, and get ready for the Hall of Fame game as well, and get ready for our trivia, get ready for the game tape, all that good stuff. And let's continue to make this thing great. We almost at 7K. Let's continue to push those numbers up. If you want to become a member, it's as low as $1.99. As high as $9.99, which ain't killing you. You spend $1.99 within 2 seconds. So $10 a month ain't gonna kill you. $5 a month ain't gonna kill you. $2 a month definitely ain't gonna kill you. So if you'd like to continue to support the cause over here at Big Game James, please do. We'll definitely appreciate it. Appreciate the donations. Appreciate everybody that's been in the feed. Jay Lombardi, what's up? Montana 808, David Jenkins, what's up with your big dog? Yeah, I see Law playing basketball. I told him that he'd get the business if he ever played me. I don't know if he want that work, but we can definitely do it. I see he got a nice little jump shot. Law do. He said he got that jump shot, but see, I ain't gonna let him get them J's on me. I know he can shoot the J, so he gonna have to dribble and drive and pull up. So I definitely want to play some long, some b-ball, man. That'll be fun because I'm going to the hole. I'm going in the hole. I'm posting up, all that good stuff. So that'll be fun. Maybe me and Law can do a charity type thing on TV, and me and him play some ball together. That'd be fun. So I ain't trying to call you out, Law. I ain't calling you out, big dog. I love you. I'm just saying, hey, let's get on that basketball court and make some things happen, man. For real, for real. But I think that's it. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody on Facebook. Like I said, we're gonna keep on rocking Facebook more. Shout out to you, Marvin Hargrove. I'm sorry I didn't get to see you. Appreciate you on the Facebook page. We're gonna keep going hard on Facebook. Continue to open up doors on that. Continue to go more lives on Facebook. Kind of build that Big Game James page up. I said I was gonna do it before, but I didn't. Now it's time to go hard at it. Oh, once again, I sent a mass text out before my last thing before I go. If you games, bro. If you're trying to get on these games, my dog Dan Lee, my dog, I'm sorry, my dog the Ninja, my dog Mike Lee, my dog KMT. I just had someone else sign up yesterday for the Philadelphia game, 2 tickets. Sent a mass text out on Twitter. Had a lot of people with some interest. Come holler at me, dog. Come holler at me. I'm going to be at the Philly game. KMT is going to be there. The Ninja's going to be there. Jay Tucker's going to be there. It's going to be a whole bunch of Cowboys up in that building. In that, yeah, just chill, dog. Going to be a lot of Cowboys there. So get to that Phillies game. If you're trying to go to any game, number one, get to that Monday Night Philly game. Get to that Philly game. Holler at your boy. I think Rue Glock, you hollered at me. You can get at me on you can get at me, you can get at me on my Twitter page. You follow me, you don't have to follow me the whole time. You can follow me to unfollow me just so you can DM me or I can DM you, or however you want to do that. Or you can go on my Big Game James page on my Facebook. And that is Big Game James, and just message it, and I'll be right in there. I've already had like 3 or 4 people message me from Facebook. I have people hit me up on Instagram, so it's all the same. It's Big Game James, and it's not changing. So that's just what it is. So I'll let your boy, and let's make some things great. So I'm out of here. I'll talk to y'all soon. Check the Trevin Diggs tape. It's coming up, and I think you'll like it. And let's keep on making it happen. And tomorrow, make sure you tune in. We got the final word tomorrow with the OC, Boss Cowboys, and Law Nation. So you know how to tune in for that. Make sure everybody's notifications are up and make that stuff poppin'. Appreciate the donations and love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Big Game James. I'm out.